UKPS. Today we are going to talk about the Isle of Wight. The Isle of Wight it's a little island next to England. It comes under the Great Britain. There is 3 prisons on this little island. Parkhurst, Albany, and there's a DCAT on there that the name eludes me. Who's it, a DCAT? I don't know. But Parkhurst used to be infamous for, big time, well known gangsters going there, and it used to be like the big jail back in the day, the 60s, 70s, 80s, and if you was a top boy in England or whatever, you'd end up going there. It's not like that no more. It's the whole island. The jails on there are for sex offenders, basically, and nobody else. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people think that when you're on a normal wing in prison, that there's no one like that on there, because they will be on the numbers or something. It's not like that at all. It's not. I've said this so many times, and people still believe that that's how it is when it's not. I mean, unless you go to a jail that specifically says, like on the tin, so to speak, we don't deal with these crimes, then they're in there, and they're not just on the numbers, like the protection wing. You only go on the numbers because you ask for it. You have to go there and you have to give information, and then, which basically is grassing, and then they put you on the numbers, on the protection. And most of the people on the numbers are on there because they're in debt and they've got enemies everywhere. They're not even for the crimes of things. So yeah, and it's not like the old days where you'd have your crime written on a bit of paper and stuck on your door, your name, your number, and your crime and how long you're doing. It's all kept hush hush, so you can walk around the landing and tell people what you want. And then it's really down to a screw or someone that's screwed us. Gonna break the rules and reveal it, which they do. It's very rare nowadays anyway. It was much more prevalent back when I first started going. So they will literally be everywhere and you will not know it. An example, when I was in Aylesbury, I got on the roof, done a video about it, and years with another geezer, years and years and years later, I was in Stockton, and on J-Wing, I believe it was, and it's sitting there, just me and this other geezer were sitting on the servery, just chatting. It weren't dinner or nothing, and he was in Aylesbury with me. He just bumped into each other along the way, and he was like, "Remember that boy you got on the roof with?" I went, "Yeah." He went, "This is what he was in here for, blah blah blah." I was like, "What?" Yeah, and it was certified, and it just goes to prove, you never know. Those sort of people will literally go around the ring telling lies. The screws will hear it, know they're telling lies, and won't say nothing. Won't say nothing at all, and they'll just let them live a lie. I mean, what do you do with them though, really? When I used to get banged up, I used to have it with all the other thieves, mate. All the other robbers and armed robbers and burglars and all that. I used to have it with all them. Then you get the shotters, the dealers, all having it over there in the corner, conspiring to bring more gear in and sell it. And you get like the fraudsters all exchanging information and all that, and then you've got those sort of people. What do you think they're doing? Who do you think they're gravitating towards in there? And like where we're like, I'm showing someone like my charge sheet, like this is what happened here, and he's showing me his charge sheet. They're doing the exact same thing. They're showing pictures, victims, blah blah blah. Like, you see, it's an hard one, isn't it? Because innocent people do get banged up as well. So what do you say? It's like, put them in solitary, mate. No human contact. That's about all you can do with them. And then forever. So if you are innocent, then one day you might get out, but until that day you're in a hole forever. What else? Yeah. And I actually heard a police officer say this before, and it's true. You think they've got a certain look about them, And they have, they have. Like you probably thought I was going to say the other way, yeah. Because usually they ain't. You ain't like. You're not going to look at someone and go, well, he's killed someone, he's done this, he's done that. But when you look at them, you instantly know. You go, oh mate, look at this greasy looking bastard. Guarantee I know what he's in here for. And you're always right. They've got to look. So look around and judge. Just judge everyone. Joke. Anyway, we go.
5 years ago, the Isle of Wight became a specialist prison.
Do you remember we had his Xbox off him? I reckon he had porn on his Xbox hard drive.
Today, it houses more than 1,000 sex offenders.
Some tissue in that back hinge.
Officers here are specially...
I see her without gloves on. There's no way you'd be mooching through these cells without gloves. Did you hear that? We found a bit of tissue. I'd be like, oh, I'll be spewing up, mate.
Trained to deal with the challenges that presents.
Do under his bed and then we'll lift his bed up.
It's one of the first prisons to have its own dedicated search team. It's 7 a.m.
All right, mate.
Maybe I'm missing something here, but dedicated search team. Every single jail has a search, people that search, and maybe I'm missing the point and I'm not understanding properly. I thought every jail would have had a every jail does have a search team.
And search team officer Jamie Smith is leading the daily hunt for contraband.
Target search is intelligence led, so it's all built up through intelligence that's gathered by staff.
In a prison full of sex offenders, one particular object is top priority.
Main things we're looking for, mobile phones. Mobile phones are massive for us.
Usually, I would not be cheering these people on, but I sort of like, hand on heart, want them to find everything, tear everything up. How would you control yourself? You find like it's not like finding some bit of contraband in a normal cell, is it? Imagine finding something like disgusting. How would you control yourself? How would you even work there? You're not getting paid 10 grand a week, mate. I mean, I'll take me out of it. Someone's got to do it, but how do you do it? How do you do it? There's not enough money in the world, mate. But
The importance of the phone here is huge because of the victim, the knock-on effect. If that prisoner has a level 1 restriction against him, it means they can't make contact with anybody under the age of 18, and it allows them to talk to people that they shouldn't be talking to. That one phone's a big deal. Every month, all fines that we get, they all vary. So sort of getting to be more common fines are CZ longs, which are, obviously, as you can see, exceptionally small. The safest place for a prisoner to store that phone is up their bum. Normally found like these, the latex glove. They'll even lend that phone out. They'll swap it into another glove, rent it out and bring it back. And very, very difficult to find when secreted. They market it as being 99% metal.
don't know, do you think these people love to plug? Comments in below if you think they love to plug.
Free. So a metal detector, they claim, won't pick it up. Not searching before, have I?
Jamie and the team have a tip-off that one of the inmates has a phone.
You do what you gotta do, I do what I gotta do.
The prisoner is serving 9 years for drugging and raping 2 women. Because the officers are acting on intelligence, they can go beyond the normal cell search.
Because he is a target search or routine plus, he does get a full stroke. We will have to check his privates. It has to happen. And if we're remotely suspicious that he's got something there, we then take it up to another level. Target search, okay? I'm looking for a mobile phone. Right, super. Boxes off for me, please.
Come on.
Okay, if you turn and face myself, don't put your hands up. Lift your tackle up for me.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Right, slow squat for me.
That's the for anyone that's ever been strip searched, we've all heard that before, mate. Lift your thing up, squat, That's not your average everyday quick rub down either. That's when that's a targeted search when you're getting a cell spin or something when they think you've got something.
Turn around for me. Right. If you want to get your legal papers out for me and place them on the bed.
They're not actually allowed to search legal papers. I found that out a long time ago. I've hid loads. People dispute it, but I know for a fact that I've hid everything from a phone to TV remote when I used to have like 4 or 5 of them, like in my court papers, and they never got found. So yeah, that's my court papers. Don't touch them. Usually they let you take them with you out your cell when they're searching the rest.
He's been given a wand with a handheld metal detector, and he seems to be clear. So he's now been put in a sterile area. We'll continue to search your cell, floor to ceiling, light fittings, doors, anything you can think of we'll go into. The game will continue, so just see where it takes us.
Phones are just one item of contraband the dedicated search team has been trained to root out.
Hello.
Spice, anyone? What's the bets? Who's bringing this sort of stuff up for these people, mate? I mean, am I just saying that? It's called a ring for a reason, isn't it? Because there's more than one of them.
Another is drugs. As in most prisons across the country, drugs are a major problem here. Some prisoners receive their drugs courtesy of the Royal Mail, so every morning, all prisoner mail must be individually searched and scanned.
It's what's known as a rapid scan machine. Very sophisticated. We're looking for cocaine, amphetamine, heroin, cannabis. We're also looking for the new spice, as everybody's talking about these days.
How old's this documentary? That new fandangled spice. Anyone heard of it? Anyone? Looks like weed, but it's not. This has got to be a few years old, mate. If you ain't, mate, I'm just saying that it's on the Isle of Wight, ain't it? It might have took me a few years to get over there. It's a quick one as well. Then when they say they search all, they probably search all letters in like a jail like this, but most nicks, they ain't got enough staff to read every single letter. This is coming. I've heard this. It's true, man. Like it's like they most jails will read like 1 in 4 or something, 1 in 10. I forgot the actual number, but it's not every single letter because they never get through them in time.
There's a lot of that coming into jails at the moment. They're actually spraying it onto envelopes and on letters as well. It's very time consuming for staff. Very time consuming. As you can see, I've got to open every single letter. Every single day of the week. Christmas was fantastic because we actually had thousands and thousands and thousands of cards and letters, and now it's Valentine's Day now as well, which doesn't really help. However, this is the best form of detection we've got at the present moment in time.
A highly potent psychoactive drug.
Valentine's, I mean, what these, mate? What's the matter with people, mate? What is the matter with people? Some people have no morals, do they? Valentine's, are like, they should ban Valentine's in a place like this, just because.
Drug spice now accounts for 60% of positive drug tests in British jails. The search team is alert to every strategy used to smuggle the drugs in.
Have you found all the green ones of that size? A hole.
2 chess pieces taken from a cell feel lighter than the rest of the set. The pawns are taken back to the lab for analysis.
Found 2 chess pieces clearly been hollowed out, filled with a substance. The substance we believe.
I'm sorry. I don't care if you're in this sort of nick or any other nick. If you do that, then you're a moron. Why would you waste all that time and effort and he's been found? Because people try and overthink things. People are... What a ridiculous, pointless effort to... When you could just put it in a bit of tissue and put it in your pocket. They come in... Are you really going to let them take it? Are you? I mean, oh my God.
Believed to be space, and one of them's just called positive for space, and we'll just test the other one now. Yeah.
But in a prison holding so many sex offenders, officers are looking for a different kind of pawn. Over-the-counter pornography is permitted to some prisoners, depending.
Why are they giving it out to some in there? I know what they're going to say, like some are in here for this, or like, you know what I mean. But obviously, if you get something, you could just lend it out to someone else. Or is it that is that not the case? People don't lend their sort. Of course, people lend stuff out. That's what people do in there, isn't it? Let me borrow that. Let me borrow that. So it's a bit. It's like when I was in Feltham. My next door was too young to smoke, so I used to buy his cigarettes on my canteen because I was over 16 and he was 15, and I'd pass it to him through the pipe, and he'd give me whatever I told him to order for me. It literally means nothing, doesn't it? Oh yeah, some people allow them. Don't let anybody allow them in here, like in the normal nick. Let them do what they want, but.
On their offence, but for the most,
all of the crimes are sex related, aren't they? That's what they are. So to let this sort of stuff in and that sort of environment.
For serious offenders, even seemingly innocent publications are considered high risk and are censored.
Catalogues that they get given have children images. He would have that removed. We'd probably leave him with the actual catalogues, but we take the front cover of it. A lot of these images get changed, the faces get cut out and get stuck onto bodies of adults.
Sex offenders at HMP Isle of Wight are encouraged to attend rehabilitation programs to stop them re-offending on the
Are encouraged to buy porn
outside. But the Contraband can tell its own story.
If he's still cutting out children's faces, it shows that he could be sitting doing a programme and saying all the right things and doing all the right things, but in his personal environment, he's still offending. It can't happen. So we have to be thorough. We have to make sure we check those little things. Otherwise you're failing. And you can't fail when somebody's going to be released at some point, and we could have picked up on that.
As the search continues, Jamie picks up extremely serious intelligence from a prisoner.
These people in here telling me, oh, I've got a USB 64 movie, if you want to rent it for £10 a week.
Unless you want to tell me who's got it, there's nothing we can do about it, is there?
I've already spoken with one in your colleagues, you don't need to worry about that.
He told us that there is a memory stick doing the rounds on this wing that's full of child porn.
There's a grass on the wing. I'm not having that. There's no way there's a grass on the wing. There are so many grasses on every single wing. It's not just because of this particular breed of people on there that they're all snitching. Every 3 cells, every 2 cells, there'll be a snitch in every single jail, in every single wing. It's ridiculous how much snitching goes on, and it's all born out of jealousy because someone's got a PS that's not on their property card, or you know, someone's got a stereo that you're not allowed, that you can't buy in this jail. So mate, the amount of snitching is unreal. Snitching because of debt and jealousy, mate.
And that's the reality. That stick in this environment is massive. But it's probably the size of the end of your thumb. And as you can see, C-Wing's huge. The hiding places, because it's an old jail, are phenomenal. And that's if it's not behind his foreskin, up his bum. A cat and mouse.
No. It is like that. In jail, mate, everything's cat and mouse. If you've got something, eventually it'll come on top, eventually you'll get caught with it, eventually whatever you've got will come to an end, so people just smash it, and people know that, and people just smash the granny out of things. And plus, people are greedy, like, people don't care for screw over ears as long as they get their turn on something as well. I'm not condoning I'm not like coming to the defence of any of these people, I'm just saying, like, on the wing, that people, if you've got something, people will hot you up. People won't hold it down. People will not hold it down. They will hot you up. so you get caught just because they can't wait 10 minutes. The amount of arguments I used to get into, like when I used to do the menus at night, and I used to pass things for people back, like while I was doing the menu. You're not allowed to go to the doors, but it's impossible not to ask two people in a cell what do they want for like lunch and dinner the next day without going to the door, opening the flat, like interacting with them. So I used to pass things and do what not, and the amount of people that were just, from the moment I got unlocked, of say I don't know, like 5:30 p.m. For the moment, like, because I'd get unlocked, I'd go and have a shower, or I'd go downstairs and quickly, because I was the cleaner in the pot wash, so like I used to stay, and I stayed on that as well. Usually you start on that and then you graduate outside, but I stayed on that purposely. Like I just smash it out quick, and yeah, most people don't like it, do they, washing up? For whatever reason, I got along with it. But anyway, right, so from the moment I got unlocked, people would call me constantly because they was waiting on something and they couldn't wait an hour, because it would take me like an hour, 2 hours to go around the whole wing. But I had other things to do first, so I'd get out and have a shower, do it. So you know what I mean? So I wouldn't be getting out of my cell and running around for people, but people wouldn't give a shit. They'd let the screws hear them calling. Yeah, that's the point of it. No one ever gets away with nothing, because no one can keep a secret in there. Literally no one. Either the jealousy of make them sweetgrass it off, or their impatience. They're just pure impatience. Will not let them wait 10 minutes. Here we go. Did they find the USB? That's what we want to find out, don't we? I hope they do. Does it make me a snitch? Does it make me a snitch to be thinking, I goddamn hope they do?
Target searches have been stepped up.
So, good morning, how are you? There's a lockdown search going on. All we're going to do is a routine plus.
But it's provoked a backlash from prisoners.
We are entitled to do this. We are, though.
Wing's been very disruptive over the last few days, with quite a large group of prisoners trying to take some form of control. There's lots of intelligence to suggest that there are weapons involved. The Wing...
Who's got the biggest ring? Is that what it's over? Who's got the biggest P ring?
Office yesterday was potted, which is a bottle of faeces and urine been thrown all over the Wing office.
The team must act quickly to stop any inmate rebellion. They start by targeting suspected ringleaders.
So this is about disruption, fines, hopefully. We go for the key players first, because they won't know we're coming.
We're here for a full search on your cell, okay? You're not the only one that's been searched. Others are being searched as well.
Why are you touching me? Touch me.
Just chill out a little bit.
No, I'm not going to chill out.
Right, Mr. Margaret, listen to me. This is DST, and we're here for a full search. Okay, that's fine. Have you got anything in this cell that doesn't belong to you?
Someone told you saying about skinning myself, so write it down on a piece of paper. I want to have it before you search me.
We will write it down for you.
Search me.
That's not what we do.
Why not? I want to have it before you search me, though.
Take your hands out your pockets.
Who do as you talk?
You shut up, innit? What are you trying to tell me? You shut up, bro. I just told you, bro. What are you going to do?
Oh, leave him alone.
Put your knees to your chest.
I missed that. Did he just say let me put my knees in your chest? Let me do it. Calm down. Calm down. Let me just put my weight on your chest.
Going down. Do you understand? Listen. Do you understand?
The prisoner is eventually subdued and taken to the SEG while his cell is searched.
So he was restrained after attempting to bite and refusal to comply with the search. He's now in the segregation unit. They've already had fines on him, which is pregabalin tablets, of which he's not on, but pregabalin gives them a fairly good hit, gives them a high. They've already found another bottle of faeces, another bottle of urine, I believe in non-attributable
and a partridge in a pear tree
area it so hidden under a sink in a recess. So already the intel was right. Somebody was going to get that today, whether it be another wing office, whether it be somebody's face.
As the searches escalate, more and more incriminating items are uncovered.
3 bottles in one cell, full of urine, quite clearly hiding them in readiness.
Whoever did that needs a bit more water in his diet, man. That was yellow. That looked like orange tango, man. I mean, drink a bit more water, mate. Jesus Christ, you'd be doing your kidneys no favours.
So, you know, quite a substantial amount that you really wouldn't want that thrown over your face.
As well as the urine, Jamie finds disturbing evidence.
Oh, it's good to know they're allowed pets as well.
The prisoners are preparing for a physical battle on the wing.
You see where it's split.
Now he left.
And then it'll end up just in a weapon. That, as you can imagine, it's already got a serrated edge. But across somebody's neck, it's just so easy.
Right. Oh, they're doing the landing. Right, team, thank you very much. Very fruitful exercise. Quite a few finds. Is that a makeshift weapon, Jamie?
Yeah, non-attributable.
Non-attributable.
Urine, feces.
Allen key, faeces, etc. like that. That was all destined for a member of staff.
The team has made 2 highly significant finds. The first in a stereo recovered from a prisoner's cell.
If you notice in the back of the stereo here, it's a bit of blue. Take the front off, see what's there. Fronts come off quite easily. I'm going to remove that now. See what we've got. Oh, look at that. Little mobile phone. Happy days. That's what we're dealing with. £13 on eBay, approximately £250 in here. That is a very good find.
And after 12 days, the hunt for the USB stick is finally over. It was found hidden in a crevice on the wing, and the contents have now been examined.
As we've found in the past, exceptionally small. Fortunately, it is all
USBs, man. I mean, it's TVs. The TVs that they have in prison are unique to prisons. You only ever see them in prison. They might have them someplace, I don't know. But the old TVs, the old box ones, the old box things, like the old, they're worth about £15 brand new. They never had it. Obviously, it was channel 1 to 5 on them. Nothing. These new TVs, everything's smart and comes with a USB. Everything has to, really, doesn't it? So even though you're not allowed USBs and you're not meant to use the thing, there'll be a TV. Like most of the new TVs these days are like flat screens, still only that big, flat screen, and you've got a USB thing in them. Some of them, like some of the jails, will, like, I don't know, do something to it where you can't, or an inmate can't put it in, but a lot of them have. And yeah, you get your USB, get all your TV shows, box sets, porn, films, music, anything you want put on a USB. So that's like, well, you just see the sides of it. How easy is that going to be to pass on a visit?
Adult pornography, but ultimately the nature of the establishment we're in, the threat is that we do find pornography that does involve children, but it's out the system, and that's what's important.
Well. Some things just sort of make your stomach churn a little bit, don't they? And that would definitely be under it. I'm glad the USB was just normal, everyday, adult, in and out action. Oh, there's my brother. Wait. Rest easy, bruv. Anyway, if you enjoyed that, I'm sure we'll chat again. And by the way, one of you said he would watch this if I was sober. water, H2O, yeah? Coffee with vodka, rum and absinthe in it. And what? Sober? I hope you're not talking about this. I'll never stop that, mate. Anyway, adios.